Hi everyone, and welcome to FIFO's latest webinar. We'll give a couple of minutes just to let people join, and then we'll kick off. But we're really excited to talk to you guys today about WhatsApp, which is one of FIFO's newest collection channels. I'm Charlotte. I'm a senior product manager here at FIFO, and I'm joined by Zoe.
Hiya, I'm Zoe, and I'm one of our customer success executives here at FIFO.
Today we're going to talk you through how to kind of supercharge your response rates using WhatsApp to collect more valuable and impactful reviews. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat or the Q&A and we'll answer them at the end if we haven't answered them throughout. I think we'll just check the time that we can probably kick off. Right, we're going to get going and chat you guys through the WhatsApp.
Consumer behaviour is fundamentally changing. People are spending more time on the go and on their mobiles. Consumers want communication instantly, with the average person now spending 4 hours and 12 minutes on their mobile phones each day. As the volume of emails you get each day grows, so does the pressure of consumers to respond to feedback requests for your services and product. The challenge for brands now is to have to stand out against the noise and increase their response rates. In order to disrupt standard and busy communication channels, 81% of consumers check their messages within 5 minutes, so we need to be meeting them there where they are already primed to respond. So, how can you stand out amongst the crowd and increase the number of reviews you're collecting? In order to do this, we need to create a frictionless, omni-channel approach whilst not asking more from our consumers. WhatsApp is most commonly used social media app in the UK, with over 90% of UK adults using this monthly. With an increasing amount of companies also using WhatsApp for their businesses, this felt like the communication channel that could fill the gap. The natural conversational flow of WhatsApp and in-app feedback collection creates the frictionless approach needed. So in November last year, we launched WhatsApp as a feedback collection channel at FIFO. Charlotte is going to tell you a little bit more about this channel.
We're just going to swap over. So hi, I'm Charlotte. So let's have a look at why WhatsApp. In the UK alone, WhatsApp has over 44 million users annually, and globally over 3 billion monthly users, making it by far the most popular messaging app in the world. The mass reach of this app spans a variety of demographics, from Gen Z to retirees. This makes it an ideal channel to increase response rates across multiple business cases. With an open rate on average of 98%, WhatsApp meets people where they already are, something that was so important to us when we're building our latest collection channel. We wanted to shift one thing in particular during this, which, as always, at FIFO is response rates. In our first 6 months since launch, we've seen these jump up by 84% when compared to traditional emails. Having a look at specific industries, we are seeing response rates shift through this scalable review collection without losing that personal touch. In the travel sector, early adopters saw a 15% increase, whereas in retail, which we often see high competition for response rates has increased to 27.3%. This channel promotes quick, powerful, and often immediate responses from customers, whilst our experiences are fresh in their minds. So, how does this actually work? Instead of sending a link to our forms, WhatsApp uses a conversational flow, where we can directly translate our FIFO feedback forms into messages. To keep consumer engagement high, we have actually limited the flow to 5 targeted questions. This ensures that we can both capture high-value feedback without overwhelming your consumers. WhatsApp works across both product and service reviews, meaning that you have the flexibility to pull out specific sections of longer forms or target specific use cases based on different timings and scheduling. One of the large benefits of WhatsApp and why we picked it is its global scale. The platform supports over 180 countries, meaning you can gather feedback from all your customers, not just ones in specific locations, specific time zones, or specific languages. As always, security and trust are at the heart of FIFO. All WhatsApps come from FIFO's official business account, maintaining verified status that customers recognize. And then with WhatsApp's added end-to-end encryption, it provides an extra layer of security, giving consumers the confidence to leave candid, high-quality reviews. As you can see on the demo on the screen at the moment, we have created a feedback flow for a travel business. Here you can see the star rating, written feedback, our custom questions, and even NPS, all through pop-ups within the app itself. Our main aim is to keep consumers in the app where they will be naturally messaging their friends and family anyway. So at FIFO, we have found the best way to leverage WhatsApp is by targeted specific business pain points. This could be specific promotions, targeting products with historically low review volume, new product launches, or even seasonal offering. Due to the mobile-friendly nature of WhatsApp, we have seen a massive increase in UGC generation, especially when we're looking at the travel industry, with people often snapping a picture of their favorite holiday memory. WhatsApp can work in a number of different ways based on your business needs, and that's where we're here to help you find that out. Finally, we have recently introduced last month WhatsApp as a reminder channel. This allows you to retarget consumers with a shorter, snappier feedback request if they have not completed their original review. Our aim here is to target those time-poor customers, giving them a convenient way to leave feedback. So to show you exactly how these use cases are driving real-time value, I'm going to hand over to Zoe, who's going to take us through some success stories.
So how can WhatsApp work for your business? For travel, you can create a specific campaign that would allow you to ask feedback on a particular excursion in the moment, rather than waiting until the end of their holiday and you're sending out their post-trip request. Or if you want to gain additional insights on specific elements of the consumer's trip, you can do this by building in additional questions. WhatsApp supports up to 5 questions, as Charlotte previously mentioned. You can build these in using our custom questions feature, which allows you to choose from 3 text boxes or a single selection. The instantaneous nature of WhatsApp is invaluable and allows you to act early, alerting your customer services for the potential need for intervention ahead of the final review. For example, an after-sales call or after a support ticket has been closed, you can have a feedback request that would be triggered to gain feedback for the specific interaction. FIFO utilizes an official verified WhatsApp business account. Every single review request features the client's official company logo. This branding immediately eliminates consumer security concerns. It provides an encrypted, secure environment that protects brand reputation and a space where regulated businesses can feel comfortable asking for feedback. I've been working closely with Optimized Finance, who used WhatsApp to get an incredible 33% response rate and secure themselves a Trusted Service Award in 2026. In the retail world, if you have a high-value product with lower volumes where reviews are more important, WhatsApp can help to ensure you get meaningful reviews to display on these product pages where consumer trust is paramount. Feedback Request Manager will allow you to create specific campaigns, and you can run these requests through there. We also have the ability to configure a nudge with WhatsApp, which this will send within the WhatsApp flow to encourage users to complete their full review, giving a nice gentle approach to ensure you're getting the most feedback possible for these products. So we're going to answer some of your questions now. Oh, perfect.
Okay, so first one, this is great. Can I ask any question type in WhatsApp?
So not every question type is supported. The majority is. With the ones that you can't include are a multi-select or a section banner. However, all of our other question types are supported within WhatsApp.
And I think it's important to highlight that these are restrictions from Meta. And as Meta evolves and the WhatsApp product evolves, we're involved in lots of roundtables, lots of discussions to make sure we're at the forefront of those changes. So hopefully we'll be able to include some of those in the future and keep you updated to those changes. Okay.
Do you want me to ask?
Yeah, go on.
So helpful to see so many of these stats around the market context and use of WhatsApp. What happens if my customer doesn't have WhatsApp downloaded?
So we were super conscious of this when we built WhatsApp because obviously not everybody has WhatsApp downloaded on their phone. As we mentioned earlier, it is a very high percentage of individuals in the UK specifically, but obviously FIFO is a global brand, so we wanted to kind of understand the global reach at the same time as well. So what we do is we do a check on your phone number when we go to send you a WhatsApp, and that validates whether you have the app or not. If you don't have the app, we go via your fallback channel. You can set your fallback channel in the FIFO hub, and this can be any of your other collection channels. We mostly direct towards email. And so what that means is your feedback request will be exactly the same questions. It will just get delivered to the consumer via your email. So that could be email or FIFO's in-mail product as well. Cool. Next one. This would be interesting to test for some of our upcoming summer campaigns. What customer data do I need from a collection perspective?
So to utilize WhatsApp, there is no difference in the minimum requirement from any of our other collection channels. Obviously, as we say with all data, the more data you give it, the better the reporting and the output you're going to get from FIFO. But the only key addition here is to ensure that you include a mobile number. Obviously, we do that check to make sure that the mobile number is registered with the app. And also, depending on your individual setup, it might be that there's a requirement to add sales tags as well.
Wonderful. Let's have another look at the chat and see what else has popped up.
So this one here. Can my customers submit photos and videos whilst giving feedback?
Yes, so absolutely. At FIFO, we have a media question that can be used on both our service and product feedback forms. We also have a media gallery widget, which we can then display on there. So when we were deciding on our next collection channel and it being WhatsApp, UGC generation was really important to us. So we wanted to make sure we got that as a key feature. You can select that question when you're building out your form, and we can kind of phrase it. I think the phrasing is really important on your media generation. As we mentioned earlier, travel, we're seeing particularly good responses to things like your favorite holiday memory. So that works really nicely, kind of that post-travel booking experience. We've also had some great success with automotive, of people submitting UGC for automotive after new car purchases as well. And that's really nice and easy to do. You can do photo or video via WhatsApp. As people are already in the app, they're on their phone, they can quickly snap a picture. You can also send as many videos or photos as you would like, and ask that question in multiple different ways. So UGC generation and submitting those is part of the core WhatsApp offering.
Perfect. And then we've got another one here.
Yeah. So what happens to the review if a customer starts asking a few questions but doesn't complete?
So as you mentioned, that we do have the ability to set up a nudge. So you could go ahead and set up a nudge, which will gently remind the customer to finish completing, leaving you feedback. That will only happen if they have already engaged and interacted with the message. However, the WhatsApp will remain there for 14 days. If it's then not interacted with, it will be captured as partial feedback. Perfect. So we operate in a financial service sector where data privacy and compliance are our highest priorities. How does the FIFO WhatsApp tool ensure that our communication is secure and that customers know it's genuinely us?
Do it. So the financial services and kind of business services sector obviously has a higher awareness in terms of end-to-end encryption and maybe, like it was said, privacy and compliance. So what we did is we actually partnered with a business service client when we were in beta testing last week to make sure that we were covering off the requirements for that and kind of adding additional level of comfort. So the way that we do that is all of the messages come from FIFO's WhatsApp. The very first message that every consumer receives is what we call an engagement message. This is a meta requirement. Because of the type of message that we send, we're in the marketing sector, you have to ask the consumer if they're happy to engage with you. We also provide our terms and conditions and can provide your terms and conditions on that first message as well. In order to receive the remaining of the questions and from the feedback form, they have to say yes and engage with that very first message. Again, like we say, it's a meta compliance and privacy policy requirement. And this means that nobody is getting a request for something that they didn't buy. And obviously, because we have our secure and safe sales upload process. Nobody should be getting review requests that they haven't completed anyway. But with WhatsApp and Meta, we add that secondary layer. So it feels both personal because it goes to their mobile phone. It's a very casual and conversational approach, but we do have that added level of security. And as we mentioned earlier, WhatsApp itself has end-to-end encryption. They did a really big campaign on it last year. Obviously, they've improved some of their encryption technology as well, which means that whatever you're writing within the WhatsApp flow, the consumer can feel super comfortable with that is very safe and secure as well. So we think kind of all of those points together provides a very secure and compliant collection policy. We also offer a very clear opt-out mechanism, which is something that Meta requires as well. So during the engagement message, if they didn't want to engage, we push them down the opt-out flow. But what we have done is ask them if they want to receive via another channel to make sure we are trying to collect that feedback as much as possible. We've seen great uptake in that. So most people, if they don't want to engage via WhatsApp, will however receive it via their fallback, which is normally email. So we're still collecting a lot of valuable feedback that way as well. Okay, the next one. Can I use this alongside our usual email requests, or should it be standalone?
So the short answer would be yes, it can be used alongside emails. As we mentioned earlier, you would be able to split it out into separate campaigns. So you could have a WhatsApp specific campaign, and then you can also you would be able to have it as a reminder, or you could have your email as a reminder as well. You could go with a omni-channel approach, or if you wanted to, you could just switch to using WhatsApp only as your primary channel, and that everything would go through there. However, we do obviously recommend that you have that fallback set up for those people that might not be registered with WhatsApp. Our aim is that you don't miss out on any feedback at all. So having that fallback method of what we would usually advise to be email is really essential to make sure that you are getting the most feedback possible. So the next one would be, not sure if you've already covered this. How many questions do you recommend sending via WhatsApp? And do you find that any particular demographics respond better to WhatsApp versus other channels?
So we'll answer the first one first. So how many questions do you recommend sending via WhatsApp? We limit our WhatsApp flows to a maximum of 5 questions. The reason that we did this is the optimum we saw during beta testing where people were responding. We didn't want to trap people in a long flow with lots of feedback questions and requests where we'd eventually see drop off. So we limited that to a maximum of 5. However, we recommend sending the amount that you think you can get value for. And at FIFO, we have a very good and dedicated customer success team who will help you refine your questions in your form to make sure that you're only asking what you really need to ask to make sure that we keep consumer engagement high. Our forms are flexible, so you can add and take away questions as well. And you can have, as I was saying earlier, different questions on different campaigns at FIFO. So if you wanted a shorter, snappier feedback form via WhatsApp because you're a retail client, you want to increase your review volume on your high value items, you just want to know star rating, a written response, and then maybe a would you buy again? You can do that 3 questions via WhatsApp, but then for your other products, maybe where you have a higher volume of WhatsApps, you could then have a longer feedback form via email. So there's lots of different ways you can utilize it, lots of different changes you can make, but all of this depends on your use case, which the customer success team at FIFO are more than equipped to help you kind of identify where that perfect amount of questions is, but we can't send more than 5 at one time. And then the second one, do you find that any particular demographics respond better to WhatsApp versus other channels? So during beta testing, this was something that we wanted to make sure we were covering off. We didn't want to skew too heavily towards a younger demographic. So we did test with some family-focused clients and clients that were also focused on our older demographic. The split across demographics, you'd be really surprised. It is quite broad and it kind of doesn't sit necessarily skewed very heavily towards a younger audience. Everybody uses WhatsApp, as you see from earlier. 90% of people in the UK have WhatsApp active on their phone, which means it makes it a great tool to target the vast majority of your consumer audience. And also all of that can be refined with the types of questions you ask, how long the form is, the frequency, and things like that. We've also found that if you let people know they're going to receive a WhatsApp from FIFO, that increases response rates, which we've also found helped with clients who have kind of a skew towards an older demographic. Okay. You mentioned retail has seen a response rates increase roughly 27 to 27%. What do you think those brands are doing differently on WhatsApp to get customers to convert?
So by using WhatsApp, they're meeting people where they already are. So we're coming to them on WhatsApp. We're making it easy for them to leave the feedback. It's there. It's where they already are. As Charlotte also mentioned, we do always advise that you build it into your privacy policies that you will be contacting people on WhatsApp. So just giving people that heads up that they're potentially going to receive a WhatsApp will also massively help in terms of making sure that you are getting those responses in via that channel. So that's something, those two things there. Obviously keeping the feedback request short and sweet. It's not taking too much time away from your consumers, but you are still gaining that valuable feedback that you're after from that consumer. Do you want to do the next one as well?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So what is the first step to sending out a message request? Are there step-by-step instructions in somewhere?
So with WhatsApp, the first step would be to speak to your customer success manager, and we can go through getting the WhatsApp set up on your account in your campaign. We have a very extensive knowledge base where we can help you with share documents with you to help you with each kind of step of the process as well. But as always, you always have your customer success manager here on hand to help with kind of implementing WhatsApp and any sort of questions that you might have along the way, and ensuring that the questions that you are asking within your WhatsApp are right for your business as well. So the next one is, sorry if this seems obvious, what's the difference between using SMS and WhatsApp?
So at FIFO, we do have an SMS feedback collection mechanism as well as WhatsApp. So the way that SMS works is it is a text message delivered to your phone, which has a link to the feedback form. So it will redirect you from your SMS message into your web browser, and you'll complete it that way. So you don't say native in the app, you actually have to shift onto the web browser. Whereas with WhatsApp, we've actually translated that feedback form into that conversational flow. So we're never asking the consumers to leave WhatsApp. They get each message each question as a new message, as if it was kind of a conversation with someone, until they get their final thank you message at the end, and that is where the review ends. So the difference mostly is with WhatsApp, we're keeping them there and then in the app, and which is showing kind of a higher level of responses. It feels more conversational and candid, and we're actually seeing slightly longer written reviews as well, because people are obviously kind of in the moment on their phone, and we see that quite a lot more when it's kind of those in the moment experiences, post an excursion on a holiday, or post a service like in a retail store, something like that as well. I think we've got any more.
That's all.
Okay, perfect.
We just had
another one. Okay, cool. What countries can you use WhatsApp in?
So you can use WhatsApp in most countries. We do have a list of a couple where you can't, but I think the majority would be that you can use it across most of Europe. But if you wanted to, if you pop us an email after, and we'll be able to provide you with the full detailed list of where it's not able to be used. Our emails are up now, so yeah, if you wanted to pop us through an email, and we'll be able to let you know which countries you can't use it in. We have just had one other late one come in as well. Is there an additional cost, or is this included in our current sub?
So there is an additional cost with WhatsApp, and your customer success representative or myself and Zoe will be able to answer that based on the number of sends that you have, the number of feedback requests you'd like to do monthly. It works very similar to our SMS product as well. So we're more than happy to help with that afterwards as well. we'll do one final call up for questions. If anybody has anything else they'd like to know, please do drop it in the chat. And if not, our details are on the screen. Please do ask us any questions or follow-ups. And thank you so much for listening to us talk about how WhatsApp can help you supercharge your response rates.